So how much you looking for this?
$2 million.
Okay.
The first seller came in with a samurai sword he said had been passed down in his family for generations.
I really don't know much about it.
Why is it made out of wood?
Got me on that one.
I mean, it wouldn't really do a lot of damage.
After seeing the sword, Corey noticed there was a scabbard and a handle, but no actual blade.
I mean, the handle looks pretty legit. Do you know much about it at all?
No, it's just from my grandfather. He picked it up during the war, and I really don't know.
Corey explained that the handle looked Japanese, but the problem with items like this is that they're often passed down through generations, so it could be 50 years old or 500.
Any idea what you're looking to get?
8,000.
Do you mind if I have a buddy come in and take a look at it?
Great.
The expert explained that after World War II, U.S. forces confiscated Japanese sword blades, but allowed soldiers to keep the mountings.
How do we know how old it is?
Judging from the style, we can pretty much determine that this whole package was from the early 1800s.
While examining it, the expert discovered a hidden compartment inside the handle. He explained these compartments were used to hide money, sometimes holding the equivalent of thousands of dollars.
So why would they hide it inside their sword like that?
You would be afraid to get robbed. So this was the best place to actually hide your money.
Even without the blade, the expert said its rarity and condition made it highly collectible, estimating its value at an easy $8,000.
I'd like to give you 4.
6.5.
Tell you what, I'll do 5.
5 seems fair.
All right, deal.
The real reason why we came up here is we heard that there might be a Gatling gun available.
Where did you hear that?
A little birdie told me.
Well, we do have one.
For the next item, Rick and his friend Sean traveled to Utah after hearing rumors about something almost impossible to find: a real Civil War era Gatling gun.
That's amazing.
It's a Colt Gatling gun, marked 1883 model. It's in almost perfect condition.
This is almost like factory mint.
Yeah, I'm almost speechless here. You have a national treasure sitting here.
The owner explained that the Gatling gun was completely original, right down to its markings and carriage. For a weapon this old and mechanically complex, that level of originality was incredibly rare.
This is the magazine, holds 105 rounds. Cartridges go down into here. This fires as fast as you turn the crank, up to 750 rounds per minute.
Unreal.
Oh my God.
When asked about the price, the seller said a nearly identical Gatling gun had sold for $335,000 2 years earlier, so he believed his was worth about the same.
If you're serious buyers, if you guys are interested in buying this, we can take it out and shoot it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're interested.
Okay.
Rick said firing a Gatling gun was basically a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so they headed out to the range, where it quickly became clear just how powerful the weapon really was, especially since the gun was not only authentic and incredibly rare, but still worked flawlessly more than a century later.
All right, try and aim it.
Once they finished firing the Gatling gun, Rick asked whether there was any room to negotiate. The seller replied that he wouldn't sell it for anything under $335,000.
I don't mean to insult you, but I'll give you 200 grand.
Well, that's too low of an offer.
I can go up to 220,000. That's it. You bring this thing to auction and they charge you 30%. That's $100,000.
That's a fair offer, but I think I'm going to have to pass.
Well, at least you tried.
Yeah, you gotta try.
The next seller walked into the shop carrying an amazing fantasy number 15, one of the most iconic and sought-after comic books ever published.
You know what this is? Spider-Man? This isn't just like #1 Spider-Man. This is the first time anybody saw Spider-Man. Oh. You have one of the like holy grails of comic books. Yeah.
Corey explained that while most people know Spider-Man from the movies, this comic is where it all began. He compared it to a TV pilot, saying it served as the introduction to the character before Spider-Man got his own series.
It's hard to exaggerate how important this thing is. I mean, this is where the entire mega franchise of Spider-Man began. And to collectors, it's practically priceless. I could probably charge people just to look at it.
The seller said he was hoping to get $16,000 for the comic. Corey admitted it might be worth that much, but with a book this valuable, condition is everything. So before making an offer, he called in an expert to take a closer look.
Amazing Fantasy 15, man, fantastic. I've seen one in a 9.6 condition go for over $1 million.
That's exactly why I didn't want you to touch it.
As the expert inspected the comic, he pointed out some chipping on the cover, noting that it was a common issue with comics from that era. He also checked that the book was complete and confirmed that all the pages were present.
On a scale of 1 to 10, now I'd put this in the 5 range. Very good to fine condition, closer to the $6,000 to $7,000 range.
That's way, way less than where I would have put it.
The seller disagreed with the expert's assessment and believed the comic deserved a higher value. But the expert stood by his opinion, explaining that $1 million comic would need to be almost perfect, with no chipping, stains, or binding issues, unlike this copy.
What's your bottom number on the comic?
13?
I mean, the most I'm gonna pay is 7. I can tell you from my experience, this is the worst time in history to be selling comic books.
Bottom line, 10,000.
I've gotta stick at 7. Sorry, man.
All right.
The next seller walked into the pawn shop with an ancient Viking coin he had picked up while visiting England years ago.
And why do you call it a Viking coin?
Because it was used by the Vikings.
They were a really odd culture because they really didn't care about taking land. It was all about, let's get in a boat, let's cruise somewhere and just take everything they got.
Rick explained that Vikings were feared raiders who often targeted coastal towns. Their reputation became so intimidating that people would sometimes hand over their gold and silver as soon as Viking ships appeared, hoping to avoid an attack.
Even though the Vikings did rule part of England at one time, I'm not sure how a coin with English markings can be considered Viking. If a connection is there, I think it might make it more valuable. I'm just not sure.
As Rick inspected the coin, he noted that most coins from this period were commonly clipped, with people shaving off small amounts of silver over time. He explained that clipping was once a widespread practice, where individuals would trim coins and slowly build up a stash of silver. That's why a coin like this, with no clipping, raised suspicions.
What do you want to do with it?
I want to sell it.
Well, how much you want out of it?
All I can get.
Okay, well, you want $50?
No.
My big concern is you wouldn't believe how many of these are faked. So I'm going to call a friend, get him down here, he's going to look at it.
The expert said the coin dates to around 900 AD, when Vikings controlled parts of England up to Scotland. He explained it shows Viking adoption of Anglo-Saxon culture, including Christian symbols like the cross. When Rick asked if it was real, the expert confirmed it was an authentic Viking coin struck in England.
This coin is in really extraordinary shape, and I don't see any good evidence of clipping. So this coin was probably buried. Totally genuine, nice pedigree. I think it's probably worth $1,200, maybe a touch more.
After the expert appraisal, the seller asked for $1,000, pointing out that the coin was worth around $1,200. Rick agreed it was a great piece, but said he could only go up to $700.
I can't do 7. Would you go 800?
Yeah, I'll do $800.
Sounds good.
All right. So I'm here in New York to take a look at one of the most historical documents on the planet.
And Tyson shuts it down in the simplest way possible. Then the reporter asks if the put on TV because it wouldn't sell. So Tyson just reminds him who he's talking.
This is absolutely amazing. As far as documents go, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my career.
Rick explained that once the declaration was approved on July 4th, a Philadelphia printer named John Dunlap ran off about 200 copies that same night. Those were sent across the colonies, and local printers used them to make their own versions.
That's the way the internet worked back then. I mean, it was a little bit slower.
The copy on the table came from New Hampshire, one of those early reprints meant to spread the news. And according to Rick, only about 20 examples like this are still in private hands today.
So how much are you looking for this?
$2 million.
After hearing that $2 million price tag, Rick brought in an expert to make sure it was real and to see if it was actually worth that much.
There were a couple hundred printed on the night of July 4th to 5th. They're sent out by John Hancock, and the major cities where they arrive reprint them. And this copy actually was posted on a wall.
All right, so I mean, it's 100% legit.
Absolutely.
All right.
The expert confirmed it right away. The paper, the nail holes, the print, everything checked out.
Brass tacks, what is it worth?
I think this could go for $2 million at auction now.
This time, unlike the last 3 deals, Rick wasn't walking away empty-handed. The seller knew that taking it to auction meant months of waiting, and a big chunk of those profits disappearing in fees.
I would love to give you like $1.4 million.
I would sell it to you for $1.5 million.
Okay. 1.45, I think that's fair. I think we can both be happy with that.
I think we got a deal.
This is a very special spoon. It was handed down through my family.
And I was told that it was made by Paul Revere.
The British are coming! The British are coming!
It does say Revere on the back of it.
Rick explained that while Paul Revere is best remembered for his famous midnight ride, where he warned colonists of the approaching British troops, he was also one of America's best-known silversmiths.
It definitely looks old because you got this rainbow patina right here.
This spoon looks right and it looks old. And if it was really made by Paul Revere, it's a piece of American history. And I can't begin to tell you how much I want it.
The seller said he had no idea what the spoon was worth, but Rick noted that if it was really made by Paul Revere, it could be worth as much as $10,000. Still, before discussing any numbers, he decided to bring in an expert to take a closer look.
This appears to be coin silver. The patina is lovely, it's original and natural, so whatever's developed here doesn't appear to be fake.
The expert carefully checked the hallmark, noting it was one of the key signs of authenticity. He found it sharp, clear, and consistent, and estimated the spoon could sell at auction for $12,000 to $18,000.
What do you want for it?
I'd like to see 15 grand.
$7 grand cash. Deal. Will you take $9 grand for it?
95 and you got a deal.
All right, $9,500.
You got a deal.